Hey Jeff, this is Dora Goldberg calling, or not calling, I guess I called you this morning. Anyway, this is the video that I was telling you about. I'm just starting out on a Google page. I just did a handyman Spokane, Washington search just to kind of see what comes up. And what you see first is this map pack. And that just means that these three companies probably have the most citations out there, which means their name, address, phone number, exactly like it is on their Google business page, is in as many directories as they can possibly find, which is what you would want to do too. You'd want to get your name in as many like Yelp and, Yellow Pages and, just all kinds of different ones that are available out there. So that would help you to get into this map pack. And if you were to be in the top three, especially the top one, that would definitely increase your traffic to your site. This down here is called the organic search results. So the first business that pops up is Handyman Services in Spokane. So that's what I'm going to kind of compare things with. So I looked at your website, and I mean, it looks like it's a franchise. I mean, it says it right there, which is great. A lot of times they will let you edit your own site in a franchise, but sometimes they won't as well. So I don't know if this is something you can possibly do. But if so, my main recommendation would be to just get some more content on here. I mean, you do have content, but if you could get about 1,500 words, that's what Google likes. When it sends its crawlers out, it likes to have about 1,500 words of relevant content. So anything related to your field. If you can get those 1,500 words of content, it's going to help you soar above your competition. And here's your competition's website. It's just a Mr. Handyman. It's a franchise also. You see them all over the place. I do, that it's a fine site. They all look basically the same. Each page does. And they don't have a lot of content either. So it wouldn't be super hard to go above them just by adding that 1,500 words of content to your site. So what I'm going to do now is kind of show you a little bit, kind of like how your website performs, like walking in the back door. So this is a program I use called Ahrefs. And since it's just the page, I'm only looking at your page. I'm not looking at the Mr. Han or your True Blue every single site, their main domain, because that would be misleading for you. So what this is let's look at the overview. So you've got a DR, which is a domain rating of 35, and you have a URL rating of 7. There's a pretty big gap between these two. If you could close that a little bit, it would be helpful. It's kind of a golden ratio, but that can be kind of hard when it's a franchise site because everybody has their own individual pages. And once again, I don't know if they let you change anything on yours. So they do, I mean, you do have some power to your site, but you don't, or some trust to your site, but you don't have a lot of power. So let's look at your backlinks. A backlink just means that somebody gave you a shout out or in a blog or on a website or something like that to where they put your website's address in and somebody can click on it and go to it. So you've got 6 backlinks, and that shows you that, you've got some decent, power here. The DR is 91, which is the domain rating for this one. But there's some lower ones too. And the thing is that if you were able to just pull the ones that your competition has, that's going to help you to soar above your competition. So let's look at theirs so that you kind of know what I'm talking about. So when I go to their overview, they've got some power too, 71, but they don't really have a lot of trust with the URL rating. They do have quite a few backlinks, and let's just take a look at those. So as you can see, they do have some low ones, but if you were to go through and take all of these powerful links and click on them and add your information to as many of them as you possibly could, and then, get some of your own as well, that would help you to soar above them also. But let's look at another thing on here too. Let's go back to the overview. And then let's go to your overview and let's go to those keywords. So 4 keywords. You've got Handyman, Spokane, Washington. So there are 200 people every month who look for that. And right now, with being in position number 13, you're only getting 3 people out of that. So if you could move up to that number 1 spot, you would gain quite a lot more traffic just from that one search alone. Handyman Spokane Valley, there's 70 people that look for that every month. So since you're number 8 on this one, you're getting 3 people from that every month also. And then Spokane Handyman, though, look at that one. There are 450 people who look for Spokane Handyman and Handyman Spokane every single month. So, if you were to rate number 1 on these, you would pull in, oh my gosh, so much more traffic. With being 17th and 18th, you're only pulling in 3 between the two. And those are just the basic ones. I mean, there are other ones down here too that there are, 100 people and 60 people, that sort of thing, and that you could definitely pull in more traffic just by being number 1. So on theirs, let's look at theirs too real fast as far as like the keywords go. Let's see, keywords. They've got 50. So once again, I mean, they're in position number 2. So they're pulling 68 out of that Spokane Handyman and 49 out of Handyman Spokane. So if you were even ranking number 2 on these, look at how much more traffic you would pull in, or at least the option to have more, more jobs. So that's the number of people that are actually looking at the site, and then that just depends upon how many you were to close from there. But you have more opportunity because there are more people to choose from. So, and once again, it just goes down a little bit further. Only 60 people look for Mr. Handyman, and they get 23 of them because they're position number 1. So just an example of how that all works. And this is what I wanted to show you. I mean, and you can do these things yourself if you'd like to. Of course, we're always here to help. If you would like a little bit of help, I'm happy to do that. But feel free to give me any feedback if you could. It would be wonderful to get that, and I'll follow up with you tomorrow. Thanks so much. Hope you have a great day.